Both of these games won GOTY. I'll be honest, I think Elden Ring deserved to win Game of the Year that year. Why? Because the other games. Like, we're not comparing, like, Elden Ring to other games out there. Like, sure, if you compare it to other games, like, everything is so that Elden Ring is going to, like, stand out like it does now. Like, so much. But you want to compare it to the potential it could easily reach if it was, like, a bit more thought. Like, if there was a little bit more thought put into it from the perspective of someone who understands it and plays it. Because it's clear that Miyazaki doesn't play it. Not only is it apparent in the game, but he also said it. Yo, Firekeeper, how are you doing, man? Cause, thanks for the resub, dude. Thanks for the resub for 1 year. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I just want to make it clear, I'm very critical of Elden Ring because it has so much more potential than what it is now. I still gave the game an 8, you know? Like, to me, Elden Ring is an 8 out of 10, like, in my book. You know, an 8 out of 10 is pretty good. But I'm not deluded enough to give it a 9 or a 10, like everyone does. But if you compare it to everything crap that's out there, yeah, fucking sure, Elden Ring it's just so much better. What's a 10 out of 10 game for you? I feel like I can easily give you names, but before I do it, I think one thing that's important to understand is the time at which the game comes out. Like, for instance, if you think of, like, the original Mario 64, at the time it came out, it was easily a 10. Like, now, today, if you tell someone that it's a 10 out of 10, they're gonna be like, you know, I would much rather play Elden Ring than Mario. And they'd be right. Like, there's a massive difference into the time at which the game has been released. And today, Elden Ring has no competition because most fucking games that are being made right now, like, these years, in the recent years, are crap. And so it's very hard to find a recent game that can actually compete. You see what I mean? So a lot of the things I'm going to be saying are older games, because there's really nothing that's recent that can really hold a candle here. Are they just reefing and staying there? Seems like they are. Oh, maybe not. They're progressing. Alright. Desync Dragon from Soft never fixed it. Makes this area unplayable. What happens is, on their screen, the dragon isn't there. On my screen it is, and because the dragon has friendly fire, I think they're abusing it. I think they know exactly what they're doing. Yep, I think they know exactly. So you see, like, something like that, you could say, oh, you know, it might not be that easy to fix, like, a desynced enemy. It must be complex. But I mean, what is it to just remove the friendly fire on that dragon? Like, that's legitimately, like, one value change. It takes 0 effort, and it's a good band-aid fix to this problem. They've never done it. They've never done that. It's very easy. Well, why do they not do it? Well, it's probably because they don't know, but why do they not know? It's because they don't fucking play the game, that's why. Anyone who's played the game has encountered this. There's no, like, I mean, I understand that you want to excuse FromSoft because they're one of the last studio who doesn't fucking nickel and dime you with some shady, shitty, predatory, like, monetization scheme that's legitimately designed to abuse someone's psychology. Like, they're one of the few who doesn't fucking do that. And you guys want to respect them for it, and I understand, and I fully agree with that. But still, that doesn't excuse the lack of consideration regarding other aspects, you know? Every single clip of you PvPing in this spot is miserable because of the dragon. Oh yeah, absolutely. This spot is just really bad just because of the dragon. Otherwise, it would be a nice area. You know, it's a legacy dungeons. Legacy dungeons are actually pretty fun areas for the most part. But yeah, if you want some names for older games that are fucking amazing, there's actually a lot of them. There's a lot of amazing game. Like on top of my head, fucking GTA San Andreas, fucking absolutely a 10 out of 10 for when it came out. Skyrim, another one. Lost Planet 2, another genre, but just as much of a 10 out of 10. Rainbow Six Vegas 2, even Rainbow Six Vegas 1 for that matter. Fucking Shadow of the Colossus. These games were like so good for the time they came out. These are games that I just do not criticize. Why? Because they already tick every box that I would want out of a game, really. And there's a plenty of other games like that. Even fucking Star Wars Battlefront 2, the actual classic on PlayStation when it came out. That shit was amazing as well. Let me think here. Like, there's like so many games that you could put in there. Fallout 3 is another one of these. Like, you could probably put Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas in there as well. Like, these are pretty amazing games when they came out. I haven't played Oblivion, so I can't put it, but I heard Oblivion would be in there as well, you know? Like, obviously, I can't put games that I haven't played, but honestly, like, it's not really hard to come up with, like, amazing games that have come out. Like, there's a lot of really good ones. It's just that, again, you have to look at it at the time they came out, because if you look at today, there's nothing coming out today that's particularly good or great. Oh, I missed that. I didn't mean to do that. Careful, he has the infinite FP physic. Oh my god, that's so brain dead. Another thing that they've never fucking addressed. You see that? Oh, like I got stunned out of my head by this stupid gauntlet. Ooh, that's BG for you. Well, the host is going to be busy for a while. We can't even let this play out. If he wasn't outside of the zone, he would get fucking mopped right now. Oh, also, I forgot to put in, like, some of the best games. I would actually put Dark Souls 3 in there, despite its flaws. I think Dark Souls 3 at the time it came out was definitely, like, pretty amazing. I would regard Dark Souls 3 as a better game for when it came out than Elden Ring. Is it better than Elden Ring today? I think that's debatable, because obviously Elden Ring is the successor here. So Elden Ring is less dated than Dark Souls 3 in a lot of aspects. But design-wise, it does fall short in a lot of places where Dark Souls 3 didn't. I missed that. This is a terrible spot, by the way. That's a very important kill, because this one was the shittier net. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Little blob just jumped off. Also, I will definitely say that Dark Souls 1 was better for its time than Elden Ring. For sure, for sure. That's not even a question. But, I mean, if you get the choice between playing Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring today, actually, you might actually have a pretty good time if you've never played Dark Souls 1. Like, you might find it pretty epic, because Dark Souls 1 is pretty damn good. Like, Dark Souls 1 is pretty damn good. But Dark Souls 1 is really what kickstarted this whole fucking genre. I know it's Demon Souls, but Demon Souls, if you play it today, you can really feel like the genre was in its infancy stage. From Software has not figured out like how to make good AI or good attack patterns for bosses and stuff like that. So Dark Souls 1 was really like, you know, like the defining game within the series that really kickstarted everything. Yeah, Demon Souls was a little bit mid, honestly. But I mean, I say it was mid again. For the time at which it came out, it was amazing because there was nothing like it. Like, it was really like the first iteration. It was the prototype. So it's hard for me to criticize Demon Souls because of that. It's like you have to be careful with criticizing Demon Souls because you have to start the fucking franchise somewhere, or the sort of genre of game somewhere, and mistakes are bound to happen. You have to excuse them for it. Like, it's impossible to come up with something perfect on your first try. There's just no way. So to me, like, I'm not gonna put Demon Souls as like an amazing game because it really wasn't. But on the other hand, you can absolutely excuse its flaws by just the fact that it was something that was trying new concepts, everything. What? Just trying to reach it in time. It ate my input. That's another thing this game does so well, eating your inputs. No hit. Okay, thought I hit him twice. Okay. Backstabs are not real? Yeah, they're not. In this game, they're not. Feel like they did some good things, though, for the backstabs in this game. The fact that they actually start, like, quicker than Dark Souls 3, I feel like it really helps the gameplay for backstab. It's just that their angle check just fucking fucked up everything. The angle check, the fact that you can still get them by accident, they really need, like, to change the button at which you initiate a backstab. Something else than the light attack would help the game massively, I think. And what else? Oh yeah, the recovery, of course. Recovery for backstabs is quite brain dead. Whoever thought that was a good idea is really not playing this game. Like, is there anyone in chat that actually agrees with the length of the backstab recovery failed grab that we have? Does anyone agree with this? Or actually disagrees that it's a good thing? Like, legitimately, I have never seen anyone. And I know we can absolutely get someone. The moment I say that, there's always someone who wants to be different. A contrarian, as they say, but... like, realistically, I've never seen anyone actually, before that's the current, like, recovery. Oh, no hit there. I swear I thought I connected. Oh my fuck. He does no damage! What the hell is this? Why are they here? God damn it, man. What's wild is this guy was fearlessly fucking chasing after me. Actually, like, fearlessly running after me. You learn to not attempt to outplay in backstab. Yeah, it's always risky because even if you can do it against good connections, it just varies so fucking much on, like, such little latency. Like, it's very... there's only a few things that are reliable to backstab in this game. Like, you know, halberd running attack. Like, if you know how to do it, it's fairly consistent. But, like, you know, there's other things that are, but it's definitely not everything. Good ass OST. Yeah, AC6 had some pretty amazing songs and soundtracks. Dude, we actually got damaged quite a lot here. Oh, that lat is disgusting. Bro. Getting blendered by shitnet. Look at that, like the delay on this is dirty. Let's get him out of here. Bro is actually so brain dead. Like, okay, I am 1 HP. Like, I need to get out of here, otherwise I'm going to die. This motherfucker just kept spamming. They do it every time, and I still don't expect it. Crazy, dude. Trying to do the fucking good plays here, and you don't want to do that here. You need to mash, because you know they're going to mash, because they don't know what they're doing. Still gets me every time. That's the thing, though. Like, usually, like, on any game, you kind of want to develop, like, a play style that works against everyone. Because if you only fight bad players and you develop a play style around fighting bad players, well, you're only going to be able to beat bad players. But if you develop a play style to beat good players, and you're going to be able to beat everyone. It's just that sometimes you have to not think about what your opponent is doing too much when they don't know what they're doing. I misspaced that. What was the jump attacks? Oh, I'm surprised that didn't, If I didn't get a VS grab here, I would have been it. I wanted to BS him and be flashy for the last hit. It ate my input there. Let's just finish this. Oh, it's Shag. Oh, Shag is dead. PvE too strong. Would it be a good idea to tie Poise onto some stat? Well, I'll tell you what, I think Poise is an outdated gameplay system. Again, we talked about how Demon Souls was really the first game to like pioneer a lot of these mechanics, and it was understandable that it would fall short in a lot of areas. Whereas Dark Souls 1 refined that formula, and then Dark Souls 2 did the same, but really took another turn, and same for Dark Souls 3. I feel like Dark Souls 1 really refined on what Demon Souls had, whereas the others, they tried to do some things different, for the best and the worst. And they've always kept that sort of poise mechanic, and they've played around with it. You know, in Dark Souls 3, they removed it, replaced it with like roll poise and hyper armor. Like, they've tweaked around and they've played around with different systems. And to their credit, we would not really... we would not be talking about a better system than a Poise system if they didn't try it before, right? Like, the reason why we understand that it's possible, it's because it's been done previously in a better way. And so, we have a good outlook onto what a Poise system looks like in these games, or feels like, and what a hyper armor system feels like and looks like, and we understand that they have their pros and cons. We understand that the shortcoming of a non-Poise system is the fast, small weapons are way too dominant. We understood that with Dark Souls 3 and the way the game played out. And then when Elden Ring came along, and also like a lot of the other games that had Poise, we also realized that, you know, the Poise can mitigate a lot of this problem with small weapons, but it introduces more problems if not done properly, where you have a lot of weapons that become irrelevant. The gameplay, the spacing, everything becomes meaningless because it's just forced raiding and mashing. So, where I'm going with all of this is, the Poise system is outdated. What needs to be addressed now or changed for it to work properly would be to have the stun be related to the attack animation itself, or the weapon itself, as opposed to being tied to an arbitrary value that's assigned by armor. Which means that a dagger, for instance, should always be stunning on the second or third hit, regardless of what kind of poise you're working with. That's why we say poise is irrelevant, because the dagger, doesn't matter how you look at it, it has a negative impact on gameplay when it always stuns on the first hit. We just know that for a fact. And in the same vein, the bigger weapons, it also has a negative effect on gameplay if you can tank a greatsword somehow, which you can actually do that in this game. You can tank a greatsword. The second hit of a greatsword, you can actually tank that. Same thing for a straight sword. A straight sword is just not fast enough to be like as much of a threat, and so And so it's important to have these weapons not be killed because of Poise. Here there's really not much place to make because there's no enemies, nothing. There's a bridge here though. That's probably our best bet. We could finish this, but we risk getting killed here. Insane lag. I think Dragon's probably dead. We have enough distance to finish this. There you go. See that? It's unfortunate that I don't get rewarded for a backstab there. Also, you have to admit that the Poise system is also very it's also very complicated for no reason, you know, like you actually need to data mine the Poise values for every weapon and like look at the Poise damage for each attack. This is not intuitive, sorry. It's not intuitive at all, and it's just it's not a when a system is so complicated where I mean when it's so complicated that you need to data mine information in order to play around it properly, then the system is just not well executed. Now, if you had your stun be tied to the animation of the weapon, you would not need to have any random values like that. It would be more simple, and it would be more effective, easier to understand, and it would be easier to balance too. It's just a superior system, really. Simpler and superior. But again, to From Software's credit, we would not have reached that conclusion if we did not see From Software try these other options before. Because we've had the experience of the others that we come to that realization. Ooh. This guy's fucking bleed is nasty. Very dangerous. He's also playing careful. Also has garbage net. Oh. Makes the whole thing kind of pointless. Okay, if you have shit net like that, there's we're limited in our options. I think we should go for the host. Oh my god, this guy's net is so trash. Like, holy fucking shit. This guy's net is dog fucking shit. Jesus Christ. It's like unplayable. shit player goes down. Alright, Sam. Take care, man. Have a good one.